Good morning and welcome in, everybody. Before we get into this morning's update, I'd like to offer a quick synopsis of what's transpiring in the crypto market. I hope everybody watched the live last night. It got about 900 views. A little underwatched. I think it was undervalued, but Bitcoin, XRP, and crypto yesterday, we know it had a drop, but we talked about particular levels, and this morning XRP is up 2.67% back up to 49.3 cents. We've got Bitcoin up 2,109 points or 3.13% to 69,427. We've got the XRP market cap gaining 710 million or 2.67% to 27.348 billion. So we've had a beautiful move back up today. And we'll see if this is more of a back test of the drop or we can revitalize a bullish push as we are starting to come up to some very important levels here. Bitcoin's up, like we said, up to that 69,450 level. We'll get into further technical analysis, but yesterday we talked about the first retest levels, which we passed, and then the overall end game, even if it's bearish, would be up to 70,174 to retest that bearish proposition. But in the 4-hour time frame, we're looking first level at 67,800 area, which we passed, and then we're trying to invalidate this bearish cross here. And we needed to get on top of 68,380, and we're on top of. Now we need to get on top of and hold that 70,198 level so that Bitcoin can invalidate the initial drop thesis. And as we've said, it's very dangerous to just go short here. Unless you were in prior to that drop, it's very dangerous to have continuation because we're on the outside of a pennant flag breakout for Bitcoin. And right now we're just trying to push over and hold the extension zone at 70,100 and some change. That's what we're looking at right now. And if we got a firm rejection, which we did hit twice, we could have come all the way back down if it played all the way back down to back test, which it's already back tested once. But to back test again at 62,385. We knew a back test of the drop was coming at least from the initial drop point, and that's what we're doing right now. Now, there is no guarantee that this continues, but we still have room in the 2-hourly, which it'll go a little bit more out of whack here. Hourly's entered oversold. So everything that we were watching yesterday about, or overbought, I mean, everything we were watching yesterday in the smaller and longer time frames about being oversold, now the 1-hourly's overbought. 45's overbought. 30 minutes overbought. 15 minutes overbought. So at some point, these will start meeting. 2-hourly will be next. At some point, this is going to start to meet. And if we were going to get a firm rejection in the 2-hourly, 68,926 is a beautiful spot. Unless we're going to try to reverse this and start pushing bullish, is what I'm hoping for. But only time will tell. This could be the back test. This could be nothing more than a fake out back up to retest the drop points. Like with XRP, 49.37 cents was the second resistance I talked about. I had two arrows here. First target was 48.81. Second target, which was the majority of the move, which would have been the technical target out of this consolidation, would be 49.37. Now, if you get on top of 49.37, that's how we can restart or retest some of these further drop points, which we know of significant level is that cup and handle resistance that it dropped out of, and that's right around 51.8 cents. But we have to break other levels first before we can get there. But we'll go a little deeper into the technical analysis once we get done with the intro and timestamp this. We also will talk about the major XRP whale activity as 28 million withdrawn from Binance into a private wallet, which makes it look like the whales are looking for price appreciation, which is starting to happen. And they asked, will the price explode to $1? I would cool our horses there because we have a lot of resistance before $1. And then we got BB points at Ripple XRP undervaluations as transaction volume picks up. So BB is talking about this as XRP being undervalued as far as the price when it comes to adoption and just the volume coming in. So they're going to talk about this as being undervalued. So we'll get through that reading at the end as well. Please make sure to hit that like button so YouTube recommends this update. It's very important that everybody watches this update today as we're going to have a transitional moment here, whether or not we're just coming back up for a retest of the drop or if we're going to garner this extra liquidity and then start pushing up universally up to that 71,000 liquidation level where we had 1.38 billion sitting up at 71,000, but when it came up to 70,200, it liquidated about 600 million of that 1.38 billion. And we talked about just because it dropped yesterday does not mean by any means that it's not going to come back up there and liquidate those longs. that looked like an opportune moment. There was a nice liquidity flush down, and now Bitcoin's back over the initial level it was at before it started pushing up to 70,200. As you know, we had a trade from 69,400 up to 70,200 before it consolidated all the way to 66,000. So now it's back up into this range. That it seems to be a seamless consolidation, and it almost looks like a flush of retail. I know a lot of people who were selling into that instead of buying down the dip, and I think it's an extraordinary flaw right now, especially when you realize with XRP, and we'll get into this, XRP whales that hold between 1 million and 1 billion tokens increase their holdings by 2%. It doesn't sound like a lot until you realize they own between 1 million and 1 billion tokens already. The ones who are in retail dump 40%. 40% of the addressees who were retail holders, they dumped their XRP during the month of June. So when 40% dumped in retail and 2% increase with wallets from 1 million to 1 billion, I can let you see the perfect correlation of where those dumping retail were eaten up by whales instantaneously. So 40% would equal a 2% increase in the holdings of institutions. So what side of the equation do you think will win? I don't suspect the whales are going to lose. So make sure to hit that like button so YouTube recommends this update. It'll allow it to be pushed through different stations. So if you're looking through the YouTube newsfeed, you'll be able to find my content, whether it's the first time or you're looking to come back. It'll be a seamless transition. So please make sure to hit that like button. I'll catch you on the other side of the intro. Good morning, 9:07 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Wednesday, June 12th, 2024. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So as we can see, we're off to a hot start here on this Wednesday morning. We talked very closely yesterday and very distinctly about these retest levels, even if bearish, how there was an opportunity. If you were watching at the live, I said if you're going long on a futures trade, I would wait for the back test at around the 493 level. We can't, or 474, I should say, 473. We can't, or 474. We came right down and back tested this exact structure we talked about during the live. So if anybody was watching, it absolutely came down exactly like we were talking. Whoops, did not mean to do that. It came down exactly what we were talking about, and it hit this 474, and that's exactly what we were looking for last night for a back test. And it played it perfectly. Bounced off the 474, came up. Now we're at the 493. If we get on top of 4937, this would be a much more bullish indicator. However, a rejection at 4937 makes sense to back test to 488 to clear out a little bit of this RSI because it's becoming extremely oversold in the smaller time frames. So much like what normally happens at this time, we'll probably get some kind of consolidation here this morning after an overzealous run up. And then we'll be able to determine whether or not that this is a sustainable rally or if this was a back test of the recent drop points. Like Bitcoin's getting very close to back testing that 70,188 level again. It doesn't necessarily need to come all the way up there. That was the technical drop point. So we're going to lower it just a little bit to see if we retest that resistance. That's about the same spot, but I guess I can't really move it because this is, actually that is where it was supposed to be. It's got to be this resistance level, so it's actually right up to it. It's a good thing we did move it. It got moved around a little bit yesterday. Let's just make sure this is accurate. So yeah, we're almost there. We're almost up to this resistance. It's at 70,134 approximately. So that's where it looks like it's looking to retest this drop to see if we can hit this expansion zone as resistance or if we can break through it after gaining some volatility through the liquidity grab that we had on this drop to 66,000. So Bitcoin's already at a reversal of about 3,500 points. That's about 5% already. And it's only been about 24 hours. So that's a spectacular reversal. And like with XRP, we've had a beautiful reversal. We're on top of 4937. If we continue up, we should push up to around that 50. We're getting close. We're getting very close. Its first level is around this 50, it's 50.5 cent area. So we'll go up to the highest wick, 50.59. So if we can push past 50.59, then it'll open up the door to 51.8 cents, which is the cup and handle resistance. And we'll see if we can break back into this layer. We're still on that bull flag we talked about before. This actually created a perfect setup here on this drop to where now we can see the entirety of this pattern. And like we talked about yesterday, nothing changed. We just came back down a second time and confirmed the uptrend. First hit down here at 40.9 cents, second hit up here at 45 cents. So it's a big increase. Even this drop yesterday, we only came down to the 47.1 cent level. So in no way did we invalidate this bull flag setup here. And if this plays out true, we've got a few layers, but let's say we find ourselves over 50.5. It's going to be volatile, but just remember this morning, it looks good, but I can almost guarantee, and there's no guarantees in life, but if this is going to hold, a rejection should happen at 493. We should back test 488 and then work our way up. The only way to invalidate that thought is to come up high enough to where you back test 493 and that becomes the overwhelming support. So that's what I wanted to look at for XRP and Bitcoin on the technical analysis. The XRP market cap is up 2.79% or 743 million to 27.387 billion. The market cap has come right up to that 230 minute. We've had higher retests that we have aspirations for at 28.11 billion. But just looking at this on the onset, if you want to hold this, you have to be over 27.28 billion. Hold that 20-day support on the 30 minute, and then we can push up to 28.1 billion, which is a very heavy level of resistance. And we've got to push past there if we want to have any hope. That was our technical move out of the short-term consolidation. We got rejected, and now we came back down to grab further support. And it's no different than the chart that we actually have for the price action. If you're looking at it from the short term, it's just we hit this uptrend a second time. We just didn't know if it was going to be able to hold, and we found out that it was able to, at least on the first drop. But now you can see how we're coming to this downtrending resistance, and it's actually... it's a lot. You need to get over this area to where we can make a beautiful pushback towards a more pertinent retest area. I'm trying to match this just perfectly. I think I like it just like that. So this resistance is right at 27.3 billion, which is perfect. 27.37 billion, which is the 20-day support and the 30-minute or the 200-day support resistance line right now in the 30-minute time frame. So now with the XRP Bitcoin pairing, we're trying to hold the 707. If we do, we have a resistance right above at 722. The moment that breaks, and this looks identical to what we're looking at with the XRP price action, then you'd look at the 741, but we got a little bit of consolidation. Downtrending support is right here. That's holding at 707. So we'll have to continue to watch. I'm continuing to be very interested in the XRP Bitcoin pairing, adding the positions. It's at about 5,100. Like I said, I misspoke the other day, but it's about 5,100. Down a little bit right now. But still continuing to add. It's an additional 10,300 plus XRP if you look at it in that perspective. Now we've got some reading to do. First things first. So major XRP whale activity. 28 million withdrawn from Binance. Will XRP price explode to $1? And if you're looking to trade XRP like I do, or if you're looking to trade, you know, a few other tokens that are offered as well on the exchange, look in the video description below and/or pinned comments. There's BITUNIX. They have the lowest spot and leverage trading fee in the USA. You can trade worldwide, however, with no VPN, and you don't need a KYC unless you send or receive from a bank account, which is when you should, because you don't want to be ripped off or your money stolen from you. The fees are so minute that you can swing trade without even realizing that you have fees on top of it, like exchanges like Uphold and others. It's up during high times of volatility, so you don't have to worry about your trade, you know, being hurt by a high time of volatility. So I take advantage of that. And the XRP Bitcoin pairing is on MEXC, and that's in the video description below and/or pinned comments as well. So the XRP network has experienced a significant surge in whale activity, with whales withdrawing their assets to unknown wallets, which sets the stage for an XRP to potentially surge. Analyst Chad Steingrib's prediction, Chad's strong prediction of XRP, I don't even care about his prediction. So recent on-chain data has revealed significant activity by XRP whales, Over the past 24 hours, large-scale transactions have been recorded on the XRP network, signaling a change of sentiment to the XRP token. According to data from Whale Alert, a cryptocurrency transaction tracker service, it has identified several large transactions have been recorded by the XRP. According to data from Whale Alert, a cryptocurrency transaction tracker service, it has identified several large transactions on the XRP blockchain. All of these noteworthy transactions, primarily involving enormous amounts, have been associated with whale activity. Whales are known for moving their tremendous amounts of assets and are adept at influencing crypto prices with their transactions. In the latest development, an address linked to Binance, the biggest crypto exchange by volume, saw a movement of 26.440 million XRP, valued at roughly 13.2 million. The mentioned transaction was processed with a minimal fee of 0.003 XRP. The sending address, which was linked to Binance, completed its transaction to an unknown wallet. Such instances which assets move from exchanges to unknown wallets are classified as exchange outflows. Additionally, when large-scale investors move their assets to unknown wallets, it implies that whales are withdrawing their assets from exchanges to hold their asset long-term. Another remarkable transaction involved the transfer of 30,406,274 XRP, worth approximately 15 million at the time of exchange. As mentioned, these transfers suggest a bullish sentiment among XRP whales, as they seem to be accumulating and holding onto their assets rather than keeping them on exchanges for potential selling. However, not all whale activity leads to bullish conclusion. In another transaction, a whale deposited 30,320,000 XP, around 15 million on Bitstamp platform. Contrary to other whales who tend to hold onto their assets, this one might be planning to sell their XRP, potentially exerting downward pressure on the price. While inflows counteract outflows, the net effect remains positive for XRP. XRP has encountered an 8.7% decline over the past week, with the token trading at 48 cents. Now it's back up to 49.4 cents. The withdrawal means long-term holdings, offering confidence in the asset's future performance, is increasing and cuts down on the available supply on exchanges, potentially driving up the price due to increased scarcity. So that's what I'm looking for with the whales right now. We're watching that. And then I want to talk about this undervaluation for XRP. So BB points at Ripple, and then I'll release this. Ripple XRP undervaluation at transaction as transaction volume picks up. So Ripple price up 2.8% in the last day. XRP has an A grade when ranked in terms of technology and adoption. Volumes low, averaging 10 million after yesterday's close. Prices may be down, but according to a recent Weiss rating report, adoption on technology development remains higher. Topping the list is Ripple's XRP, EOS, as well as Bitcoin, which appears to be inching higher and lifting XRP price from 30 cents. Well, now the Ripple price analysis and the fundamentals. While there is some correlation between asset price and platform development, Weiss ratings as counter evidence demonstrating that last year's meltdown wasn't as adverse in adoption as well as development levels rose. In their recent annual report, the ratings firm notes that XRP, Bitcoin, and EOS were, despite falling prices, exemplary and worthy of the A grading, thanks to increasing adoption of XRapid and XCurrent, the two interdependent solutions, and eliminate Swift pain points. Ripple Inc. is likely to clip part of Swift market share. Despite lower prices since early 2018, our ratings model gives us hard evidence that a critical segment of the cryptocurrency industry has enjoyed remarkable growth in user transaction volume. Network capacity and network security equally important is our finding that an evolution in the underlying technology often powers these improvements. Therefore, for those willing to take the risk, the best time to invest could be very near. So this is the candlestick arrangement. Like Ethereum and Bitcoin, there is movement in the XRP, and the third most valuable coin is up 2.8% in the last day. Nonetheless, the asset is down 3.1% in the previous week. Despite this, candlestick arrangements and favorable fundamentals will most likely fuel the next wave of bulls as price break out from the momentum sapping 4 cents trade range, capping at 34 cents. However, what's interesting is yesterday's development, where a whole bullpen bar closed below the lower BB, hinting at an undervaluation. Although there has been a correction thanks to today's expansion, odds are XRP prices will further register further gains in days ahead as bulls drive XRP above 34 cents, triggering trade conditions as mentioned in the last XRP USD trade plan. And we're well above that 34 cents now. In fact, that's where I actually bought my XRP mostly. March 21st, 17 million anchors our analysts, even though we have a 3-bar bull reversal pattern, complete with an undervaluation risk-off, and aggressive traders must wait for satisfactory gains above 34 cents. Accompanying volumes must be above 17 million of March 21st and even 61 million of February 24th, as per our previous emphasis. So they're talking about previous price points and volume points that we're looking to appreciate before we get, too overly into the fact that we might be bullish. So make sure to hit that like button if you're looking to show support to the channel. Consider joining Tom's Army, as we desperately need to grow the members of Tom's Army. I would love to see more members in the comments with the emoji badges, starting with me being abducted by aliens in month 1, all the way to the 2-year badge of the XRP 589 Moon badge. Or you can send one YouTube super chat per month as a way to show support. There's also a way to send through Cash App if you would like, in the video description below and or pinned comments. I'm going to release this now. Watch this twice if you have to. If Bitcoin or if XRP stays below 49.37 cents, a back test of 48.8 cents is all but certain. So watch those levels.